Welcome back, everybody, to more Pokemon Emerald, as I am being attacked by another Naruto clone. I bet you didn't know where I was. Believe it! If you don't pay attention, you could get hurt. What if I am going to get hurt? Are you going to be the one that hurts me? You and your rubber Nerf sword and your rubber Nerf kick? I mean, the kick was nerfed. Like, through the floor, Alex.
It's Nerf or nothing.
So, welcome back. We're actually, we didn't really explain this. After going to get our 4-tree gym badge, I then start making my way to Lilycove City. And for those who don't know what Lilycove is, think... crap, what's the... Not Fuchsia City, Celadon City in Gen 1. And I think it's Goldenrod in Gen 2, isn't it?
So, just kind of that big bustling city.
Yeah, the big bustling city with a shopping center.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, Goldenrod was the one that had the shopping center in Gen 2, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so Lilycove is roughly that. The only difference is where Goldenrod and Celadon had gym leaders. Lilycove does not. It's just a shopping hub. So I'm actually making my way there so that I can get some amazing TMs to fill out my Absol, who's not in my lineup right now, named Gotherp. And we're just going to make him a force to be reckoned with. Moving on, though, so there are actually a few questions that we need to take care of by our viewership towards both me and Alex. Also one towards Andrea, and I'm going to go ahead and start with Andrea's, and that is, apparently people don't believe me, Andrea. Are you okay after having your baby?
Oh, I'm fine. Just have to deal with the 3 a.m. wake-up calls.
That's really just the most difficult part of our day, is dealing with the 3 a.m. wake-up calls.
And it's really sad sometimes when she doesn't want to go back to sleep right after. And it's like, oh, does that mean we have to stay up an extra hour,
Nope.
hour and a half?
Exactly.
Until you go to sleep?
Seriously, like, we'll pump so much milk into her to try and get her to sleep. And she won't sleep. She won't do it.
And yet she will love to sleep mostly during the day, and it's like,
then
really?
The coupled question here for you is, how does it feel being a mother of 2?
Yeah, how does it feel?
Sleepy.
Oh, it's
Sleepy.
It's a handful, but...
Sleepy. I'm going to go with sleepy.
All right.
We love our new daughter, and thankfully our daughters are getting along, but yes, it is very sleepy work. And we're very lucky if we actually get an 8-hour night. Oh, all the halcyon days of yore when we actually got 8 hours of sleep, Andrea.
Wouldn't that be nice if she were able to sleep for a full 8 hours or so at least? When they both will do that?
Be heaven. Well, one of them already can.
Oh, yeah.
One of them already can. So the next question that we actually have is for Alex, and this is a relevant question.
Okay.
As people have known over the years, you take place in an event that happens around the holidays called the 12 Days of Anime.
Yeah.
I think you've done it for the last 3 years?
Sounds about right. 3 or 4 years.
3 or 4 years. And so the question obviously is, are you going to be participating in the 12 Days of Anime this year? Is there going to be a 12 Days of Anime this year? I think there is.
Probably.
Because I've been getting pestered to attend it myself. But I thought we already covered this, guys. I'm a game guy. I'm a game guy. Like I'm not allowed to do anything else on YouTube, right?
It doesn't affect Sableye. Sableye's dark, so should probably change out your Pokemon here. Too late.
Well, this is my downfall. I didn't realize that Dark was actually strong against Psychic at this point.
Dark are invulnerable to psychic attacks.
Yes, so this killed me.
Aww.
Not entirely. Like I eventually learned my lesson. It just takes a minute.
It doesn't. Yeah, on the question, I'm sure I will participate.
Do you? And coupled with that is, do you already have plans in motion for it?
Right now?
I don't think you do.
No.
I'm not saying you do things last minute, but I think you... I think I could have sworn we talked about this before. You put in like a month's worth of preparation.
Yeah, I usually start about Usually from the time that it's announced, I usually start working on it.
Yeah, so, and usually the announcement happens, what, October, November? Something like that?
Like November. Maybe
I only know because you tell me.
Yeah.
So, and then another silly question is, so which Gundam series are you going to cover in your 12 days?
We'll see. I don't know. I haven't seen any Gundams yet.
I'm gonna give him Age. I'm totally gonna give him Age, and let him cover that. Either that, or I'm gonna give you G Gundam, just so that you can laugh at it with me.
Right. Something short would be ideal. Problem is, Gundams are rarely short.
Oh, if you want short, then I'll give you 0080.
All right.
Because, yeah, you need to cover that at some point. I mean, there's so many Digimon voices in there.
Yeah.
You need to cover it.
That's why I was thinking I was gonna do.
Well, it's okay. Let me clarify this really quick. It's short in the fact that it is, I think, a 4 or 5 episode,
So it's an
40-minute OVAs.
Okay.
So, short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just talking something under 50 episodes for a change.
Well, yeah. Again, these are OVAs,
Yeah.
so at that point, like you're dealing with a longer time, but it's still. I think at the most it has 8 episodes. 8. That's way better than that. And then the next question that actually kind of couples with this is Drak going to be participating in the 12 Days of Anime? And I thought we already covered this.
You can.
According to
Nobody's
YouTube
stopping you.
etiquette, which, okay, I'm not making fun of anybody at this point, but so many people have brought this up to me in the myriad of groups that I'm in on Discord and all that, is that apparently once I picked one specialization on YouTube, I'm not supposed to vary from that. And I have 2 questions with that. One, when did I pick one? Because I've said numerous times on my channel I'm an overall geek. So I'll cover anything. I mean, I've covered TV, I've covered anime, I've covered gaming, I think I've covered some card game stuff. Yeah, so that crap has happened. As to my opinion, I'm not against it. I guess my only problem is I don't know how to do it. So, thankfully, I know the people to talk to. Because
Yeah.
I think BB's organizing it this year again, isn't she?
I have no idea. So.
She apparently got asked by popular demand last year.
Well, she always does great when she does, so no complaints.
Would that be a good idea? BB's audience gets mad at me. I've gone into a couple of her live streams and been me. I don't know how else to put it other than that. I've been me, and some people in her chat have been pissed at me. Thankfully, nobody that's subscribed to us. Since those guys like to talk to me. But, yeah, I don't know. I may have a few ideas.
Yeah, I'd love to see.
None of them about Pokemon.
Just do it. There's really no
Crap, now we're gonna have to pay Nike again. Except this time we're paying Colin Kaepernick, Alex. Come on. We gotta stop doing that. We gotta stop doing the just do it. Ah, damn it, now it's me too!
there's, like I'm trying to keep saying, there's really no one way to do it.
No.
There's some like general guidelines of.
No, it's you guys that have kind of put the rules in, because like you have, what is it? You do like one video for each day.
Yeah, I mean, the idea is one video each day, but nobody's gonna be like, oh, you didn't put a video up today, get out! Nobody's gonna be like that. It's essentially like,
That's good, because I'd be inclined to respond.
Here's some, just like, here's some guidelines, here's how the event works, if you can do it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's not just for video makers either, because bloggers do it, and.
Yeah, because Lita's involved in it, and I think Shay Tari does it too.
Right. There's no real right or wrong way to do it. It's just you do it however you feel.
See, the only idea that
I
like right off the top of my head, the only idea I have, because I don't know how to burn anime like you do and be able to do all that. The only idea I have is like framing a podcast around it.
That'd be interesting. That'd be kind of different.
But I know that you guys have that obligatory like video that you have to put on those
Like I said,
videos.
you don't have to put on. You don't have to do.
So
anything.
I'm wondering if I could like get the audio track off of that.
Yeah, you can if you want that. Then Because they always give you a giant resource link to where you can get all the assets if you want, like, the video. But it's
Yeah.
like, you don't have to, like I said, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to put the video logo on. I do it because I just like it's a nice transition.
The only thing I don't want to do, and this has been recommended to me for a few years running now that we've talked about the 12 days, is people immediately suggest to me, like, well, you do a lot of gaming content, right? You should do games based off of anime. No.
No.
Because the problem is that not all of them are good, okay? Like, off the top of my head, I can think of maybe a few that I could do, like, and some of that is because I'd have to jimmy the rules so hard. So, like, I could do something on Ace Attorney, because Ace Attorney's an anime now.
Yeah.
I could do that. But, like, the suggestion that people come up with that is a couple of examples. The Full Metal Alchemist DS games, I don't like them. Attack on Titan, I don't like Attack on Titan. You could do one on Godzilla. I don't want to do anything on that ungodly PS4 game.
Godzilla's approaching the generators.
That's the problem, is like a lot of anime game adaptations are not as good as you think they are. And all the stuff that is good, I'd have to emulate. Which, at that point, then I'm going to get crap from the gaming crowd, is like, oh my gosh, all he ever does is emulate. No.
Nobody's going to give you crap for that.
But
people are...
But I also don't want to be stuck to gaming. Like, anime is its own thing. And the other suggestion that I would probably bring up to people is, somebody suggested one year that I should do the Ghibli movies, because I never finished that.
Right.
I don't want to, because then at that point I'd be encouraged to start from the beginning, and that'd be more than 12 videos. And frankly, I don't even know if I'm willing to do 12 videos. And the other one was, so do that or do something Gundam related. Well, but I'm already doing something that's Gundam related on this channel.
Oh, you could be like, just favorite moments of Gundam and one favorite moment each day.
My problem is again, I don't have your burning knowledge, so how on earth do I get those?
You would have
and
to
I
ask
don't have
Alex.
everything on DVD.
You would have to ask Alex. He knows it all.
Well, but not every moment that I love is documented or has physical media to it. So I'd have to track it all down and probably even pirate, and then at that point it's like, you're a hypocrite because you pirate. I don't try to pirate. I don't go out of my way to pirate people. So I don't know, like, if I was going to do something, and I also wouldn't want to restrict it to just Gundam for a first year. That would be kind of weird to me.
Mm-hmm.
Why not celebrate anime as a whole?
Which is what I try to do.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's how I'd want to do it. Maybe I'd do, like, I'll admit the idea has kind of crossed my mind. Why not do a Why We Geek on... yeah, see, 12 Days happens around Christmas. There aren't too many Christmas anime.
Yeah, there really aren't.
But since Christmas is a nostalgic time,
mm-hmm.
why not do nostalgic anime?
Yeah.
That way it's not restricted to just a series, it's whatever you ring nostalgic for.
Mm-hmm.
That brings the good memories at a time when you would want good memories. That might be something.
Yeah.
How about you guys let me know in the comments below if you like that idea.
Yeah, let us know.
And don't recommend a panel to me, guys, because I already have way too many anime reviewers that I can bring into it, and I'm just not interested in having a 10-person panel, okay? I love them, I really do, but I'd probably have to pick some people.
You found a hyper potion.
So maybe that's something that I could do on that matter. So that being said, this is another good question that I don't think we've ever answered.
Okay.
You ready?
Ready.
Why is it that we have to talk about things other than what we're actually playing?
This has been established like ages ago.
Oh, good. Then you can actually answer this question for me.
Probably just because you guys will...
See, my answer was going to be look at the pretty bunny. But I'm glad that Alex has it. So Alex has the floor.
Okay, well, for one, we're beyond the days of when Let's Plays were walkthroughs. Nowadays, if you look for a walkthrough, you're going to find a walkthrough, and those generally don't have commentary.
No.
And if you...
Or if they do have commentary, it's tips.
Yeah, it's tips. But now Let's Plays and walkthroughs are pretty much their own separate category. Yes,
They're pretty much mini podcasts, is what they are.
back in the early days of Let's Plays, they were very much like walkthroughs, but nowadays, well, everybody's jumped on the bandwagon. Every game's pretty much been done. You probably know this. If you're watching this, you've probably played the game. You're probably not watching the game for tips. You're watching it because of the personalities of the people involved.
Yep.
It's why you watch Game Grumps, even though Aaron's generally pretty terrible at video games. Because you just find the Game Grumps entertaining, and that's that.
So Dan's hardcore.
Dan is sometimes more hardcore than Aaron.
You know what? In some cases, I would argue with you on that, but no, most of the time you're right on that matter. Like, he has to be good. I've kind of noticed that with Game Grumps. Like, he won't take on a game unless he knows he's going to be good at it.
Yeah, I mean, Dan played Zelda 2, and Zelda 2's hard.
Yes. Well, and unlike Aaron, who will walk in like blind because he doesn't care. And I get that concept because spontaneity is fun. I mean, Andrea, you and I have laughed how many times at Aaron's spontaneity when he just, like he's trying to play a game and he doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But it's also fun because Dan does what we do, which is like he does dry runs of the game to make sure he knows how to play. Especially with things like Punch-Out, where a dry run would be recommended, especially with what Dan wants to do. So, but yeah, I'm so glad that Alex had an answer for that. Thank you. You get a gold star. Because my answer was going to be look at the pretty bunny. I can't answer that, people. We talk random stuff because random stuff pops into our heads. It's been happening since Shadows of the freaking Empire.
I'd say it's been happening since the start, even. Shadows.
No, we were still pretty focused when we were playing Sonic.
I guess, yeah.
Because we stayed to Sonic's subject matter, but then I finally just said, well, fuck it. And I can't keep Alex on track, so we'll just talk about whatever we want to talk about. Hence why we got Phantasy Star, we're talking about Pikachu, and Shadows of the Empire when we talked about Ghibli. You know?
Why on earth are you talking about something that's not related to the game?
Well, you've gotten mad at us, Andrea, when all of a sudden, like, we go into random stuff. She's like, can we please talk about Pokemon? Can we please talk about Banjo? No, I'm having a thought, and I want to run with it.
Here's a random
jeez.
thought for today. For reals, I got something.
Okay.
So, little funny story, I guess, kind of weird funny story.
Oh, no, you took that out.
No, I'm not what I'm looking
Okay,
at.
all right, cool.
This is something that happened today when I was at work this morning. So, this morning, I had some shady-looking teenagers, no doubt, up to no good. So,
Making trouble in your neighborhood?
yeah, they came, obviously they came into our store. Maybe they shoplifted, I don't know. But after a short bit, they left our store. Mm-hmm. And a few of us were all on break, and our break room overlooks like the whole street.
Yes.
Because we're in a 2-story building. And so we could like see these kids like scurrying across to the mall. And keep in mind, they're running across like a 4-lane roadway, like two.
Oh, no, like where you're at, it's more like a 5.
Not quite 5. It's like 2 lanes in 2 directions. So you get right. Plus like the median.
Yeah.
And so they're dodging cars, and it's like, oh geez, these guys are gonna get hit any second now. Mm-hmm. And of course, then they are across in the mall, and all of a sudden, one of them just on some random car jumps on their car, and of course they're idiots and taking pictures.
They cross the street at this point, or they're in the parking lot?
They've already crossed the street. They're in the parking lot across the street at the mall.
Okay.
And somebody jumps on somebody's random car, and all of a sudden we just start seeing mall security start swarming, and then they just all take off in like 3 different directions. One of the guys ran back before his buddies. And then eventually they all ran back again, dodging traffic, and ran behind the building somewhere. So
mall security was looking for them?
yeah, mostly because we could see them, like they were misbehaving in the parking lot and jumping on cars and shit.
Okay, all right. If they were just generally misbehaving, because the way you kind of made it sound like they were loitering around.
No, they weren't just loitering. They were actually
causing problems.
They were actually suspicious. Like I said, they were in our store earlier, and I'm pretty sure they shoplifted or something. But yeah, these guys were, and yeah, they jumped on some random person's car and were taking pictures, and then mall security starts swarming them, and eventually they all just flee and run away, and well, they get to live.
Because teenage boys have nothing better to do.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean, they
jeez.
were obviously ditching school today. So.
Yes. Oh, yes, they were definitely. Well, was this today or yesterday?
This was today.
Okay, because yesterday you would have had Labor Day.
This was this morning.
Yeah.
So
All right, well,
that's my story of the day.
there you go. I've had to deal with my fair share of that, but most of the time it was just kids trying to sneak into rated R movies.
Oh, who cares? Let them just go see R-rated movies.
Well, believe it or not, my boss did.
Your boss actually cared?
Yes, my boss actually did care because apparently we got fined or something like that. Wait, this was back at when Scary Movie 2 came out,
Oh, yeah.
and so that we were still on the hype train for that. And yeah, we got busted by somebody. I don't remember which, but an usher had let a 15-year-old kid into Scary Movie 2.
Oh, wow.
And so at that point, we actually got told very strictly, you can't let them in anymore. You have to card everybody. It doesn't matter if it looks like a 50-year-old man, you have to card them.
I've never been
Which,
carded.
by the way, so I was a movie usher at this theater, okay? We have no power.
Yeah.
All right. The person who could probably do any kind of carding, and they don't have any power either, was the person they bought the ticket from.
Or at the
Okay,
box
because
office.
because at that point when money changes hands, you could do that. But yeah. So long story short, we didn't let a kid in. He decided to flip me off and go tell my manager, and I got in trouble for it anyway.
That's stupid.
We'll see you guys next time.